Hey guys, this is Andy McCann coming to you from CrossFit Garage here in Woodstock, Georgia, and I got a question from Joe out in Texas, and he says that basically I just listened to the podcast and I think CrossFit is stupid. Convince me I'm wrong. So that's a great question. CrossFit is stupid. So I am not a fan of CrossFit. The production, the games, the let's really do crazy stupid stuff. What I am a fan of is CrossFit, the methodology. And I do have a CrossFit gym, but you can only I have only the use of getting my word out there to the local Woodstock community because they could actually come to the gym. I'm not paid by CrossFit. I could care less if you do CrossFit. CrossFit can be pretty stupid. People who do CrossFit can be pretty stupid. So at 50, I don't do things like ring, handstand, push-ups. That's just really stupid. So don't do stupid stuff. What I would say is that CrossFit's methodology is for everybody, and anybody can do this. And that's the thing I want to get across. So it's constantly varied, functional movements executed at high intensity sometimes. Okay, so what does that mean to you? Let's take some extremes. If you did Monday walking, and then you did Tuesday walking, and then you did Wednesday walking. Okay, so that's not constantly varied. I just have an issue with that. Doing the same thing every day and expecting different results, I think that's a definition of insanity. You want to mix it up. So constantly varied. So not random. Do things that are varied. Be smart and intentional about it. So let's take that walking. I think the most constantly varied functional movement. The most functional movement you could ever do is walk. I mean, I think one could argue that walking is legitimately the most productive thing in the world because, I mean, pretty much we have to get from here to there, and if you're not in a car or something like that, then you're walking. And so walking or jogging or basically using your 2 feet is the most functional thing. So what I would say is, yeah, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you're going to do something with your feet. Let's vary it, but still use that, okay? So maybe Monday, I went for a long walk. Great. Let's call it a 3-hour walk. You walked for 3 hours out in the woods. And then Tuesday, you went back to the woods, that same trail, but this time, instead of walking, you jogged it, and you just had a constant jog the whole time. Okay. Then Wednesday, you're back on the exact same trail, so not very much variance, but you're varying what you're doing. So now every time you're walking the downhills and the flats, and then you're sprinting the uphills. Okay, just constantly varied, right? And then the next day, you put on a rucksack, and so now you're hauling around weights. Again, you're varying. Now, it's still walking as your primary move, but I'm okay with that. I would probably alter it somewhere in there, buy some dumbbells and do something different. But you start to see the point of constantly varied, all right? So intense sometimes. Sometimes I'm just walking. Sometimes I'm sprinting up the hill. Sometimes I put a backpack on, right? So you're able to do these things, and that's what's promoting your fitness is pushing the edges of the boundaries. You don't want to go too far over so that you hurt something or too far backwards so you get no benefit, but you're varying what you do and you're being functional about it. Okay, so the next thing that CrossFit actually adds to it, a CrossFit gym, not CrossFit the games, CrossFit the methodology says there's 2 ways to help yourself move better with intensity. One is to take notes and track it. So let's say you go on your walk. It takes you, let's say the loop is, I don't know, it's a 3-mile loop. You walk it in 3 hours, whatever. The next time, walk it 1 minute less. If you're doing the hill sprints, or let's say you jog it the next day, right? Just jog it a little bit faster, or jog it reversed and jog it faster. I don't know. If you're doing the hill sprints, instead of tracking your time up the hills, because they're all going to be different, maybe say instead of just getting to the top of the hill, I'm going to crest the hill just a little bit. So now you're increasing your sprint time. Or maybe I'm sprinting the flat part that begins the hill. So again, you're increasing it. Track and measure and see what you can do. That's just a little bit more. Don't go crazy. Just a little bit more than what you did before, right? And the next thing that a gym or that environment or the community, like one of the guys on the stream said that he posted it into Noster and got a community of people to back him up and he's losing weight. It's that right there. Community builds adherence, and adherence to attendance, like doing the thing you need to do, is what really drives the needle. The next piece of that is, again, with that attendance, is going to come somebody next to you, right? So if you've got somebody next to you and the guy's going 3, 2, 1, go, you kind of want to go a little bit harder. Now, I'm not saying be stupid with it. I'm saying if you have somebody that's friendly competition beside you, you're probably going to push a little bit more. And so these are the things that I think having that environment, whatever it's going to be, maybe you're doing F3 if you've got that in your area, or that's like, I think it's like faith, friendship, and fellowship. It's a dude thing. You go out and meet with other guys at 5 a.m. and you just do stuff, right? And it's constantly varied. I love it. And it's functional because it's usually just your body, maybe a kettlebell or maybe nothing, right? You're just doing cool things. So It can be anything. It's constantly varied functional movements executed at high intensity sometimes. Track and measure what you're doing, and then add somebody beside you to push yourself a little bit, right? So we're looking at, if you're watching the video, you're looking at CrossFit's main page, and you're seeing like older people doing this, and then they're playing pickleball. I mean, that's it. It's just functional stuff. So guys, it doesn't have to be crazy. And no, I am not paid by CrossFit.com or CrossFit headquarters to talk about this stuff. I could care less what you use. I just found in my life, this is a great hack to my fitness. I just turned 50. We're doing the open workouts. That's sort of a competition in CrossFit. Yeah, I know I said don't compete, but sometimes I like to. I like to show people that you can do this and still be healthy and fit. So I scored pretty well on this first workout, and I'm 50. And to me, that's freaking awesome that I can prove to the world that this stuff works, right? So it's the kind of idea, like it's the philosophy of using Jack's survival podcast. It is not about zombies. The name sort of makes you think it's about zombies, but I'm not into survival with zombies or building a bomb shelter. That's not what he does here. His is a lifestyle design, but that as a name sounds kind of like clunky and tough. So the things he talks about still make sense, even if they're not into zombies, right? 1 is none, 2 is 1, and 3 is the other thing I can't think of. But guys, do something. You got this. If you have questions, I'm here for you. I'm going to go through the list of questions from that live stream, and I'll be adding those, so Jack will have that for you guys. If you didn't get them answered then, you'll be getting them answered soon. Take care.